Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. And my name is Killjoy, and today I want to take a look at the Civ 7 update check-in. Now, just to let you guys know, I am doing this the day before March 4th, so March 3rd, when the update comes out. And essentially, I wanted to take a look at this because Civ 7 is a prime example of a bigger problem with the AAA industry, where I think sometimes games just come out too early, and then you see their roadmap and patches and things get added that you think should be there day one. So I want to go through what this roadmap is. We're going to go through the detailed version, and this is just an overhaul of what they're looking at. And I want to pick up on things that I think are taking too long personally. Now, I will say this. I am not a video game developer. I don't know how easy it is to implement certain things. I will just say some of the decisions to omit certain smaller things in the game feels very strange to me. So we'll come back to the roadmap in a minute. Let's go through it bit by bit. Let's talk about the March 4th thing. Let's look what they put here. So for March 4th, we've got 1.01, which includes a number of updates based on community suggestions and feedback. A full list of notes will be shared on release, but some of the notable callouts. So they're adding more stuff as well, so bug fixes probably. So new natural wonder to discover, Bermuda Triangle, free to all players. I will say I like this. Again, feels a bit weird at the moment when really what the game needs is a lot of bug fixing, is a lot of readability, a lot of things change to make the game at a point where it doesn't feel so like a bit of a buggy mess, and also doesn't feel so just like things are missing. So cool, but not really something I want to see right now personally. But I think, cool, new natural wonder. Additional UI adjustments, polish and addressing of reported issues. Now I'm sure this will get broken down more so on the day. This is the stuff the game needs right now, is making that UI very clear, very obvious to players. Polish could mean anything. And addressing of reported issues, so bug fixing. Great. This right now is what the game needs a lot of, as often as possible. Excuse me. Significant changes to the modern age's cultural legacy path and victory. AI leaders will also be better at completing a cultural victory, so expect fewer explorer unit stacks. Excuse me. This is something that I have seen. It's, the AI does just stack up a bunch of people on it. I'm not entirely sure what this significant changes to it means, because I did it and the way it works is you go to a particular place, you trigger an action that spawns a bunch of dig sites around the map, you go to each dig site, and that's how it works. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but clearly they obviously feel like, and other people feel like it is. I've only done it my playtime in the modern age is probably the smallest amount. My playtime in the other two ages is where my experience has been after about 40 to 50 hours of playing the game. Now able to convert holy cities in the exploration age. Note that when players create their own missionary units, they will always follow the player's chosen religion. So what this is basically saying, this is a very smart way to do it, because currently you can't convert one city, which is whichever leader has founded a religion. You cannot convert that city. Now they're letting you do that, but you create your own missionary units, they will always follow your religion. I think that's very smart. That's a good change. Naval units will be able to disperse coastal independent powers. Didn't even realize you couldn't do that. Seems like a smart change. Balance pass on several mementos. I have a feeling the one that lets you have the scout vision thing is going to get nerfed. I haven't looked at all the mementos, because to be honest, you need to put a lot of time into the game to get all of them. But they all seem decent, but I think there might be a couple there that are quite powerful, and I think the scouting one is probably one of the ones that might get adjusted. Refinements to the army unpacking action. I don't know what that means. I've never had an issue with it, but maybe. Addressing reported issues with multiplayer and adding friends with a 2K account. That's good. The additional problem with the multiplayer is the desync issue, and this is something the game has a real problem with right now, so I want to see that fixed. And then for console players, all prior updates from 0.01, 1, 2, and 3 will be implemented in addition to the notes above, which is great. That means console players getting it all. So, although our first in-game event, Natural Wonder Battle, was originally planned for 1.1 on March 4th, events are going to be postponed to a later date to allow us more time to prioritise quality of life improvements for players worldwide. So this shows that they are not tone deaf in this instance. I think there's some other stuff that is, but this is they're going, hey, we need more time to improve the game's overall quality of life. This event needs to be moved so we can focus on that. So it seems like they've got that in the right way, so that's good. Also going live is the first half of the paid Crossworlds of the World collection, which is included in both deluxe founders. Players who own either of these will purchase Crossroads will receive the content automatically, which is world includes new leader, new civs, and a natural wonder pack, including 4 natural wonders. I will say at the moment, and I understand that this stuff was implemented in from early on, and then as soon as the games come out, they're now having to work on things where it comes to community feedback. This is the stuff that feels tone deaf to me. You put out a game that is not in the best state, and you're talking about all this free stuff that's coming, like a free new natural wonder to discover, free to all people. Why is natural wonders not all free? Like, why are we charging for natural wonders? That's kind of that to me, like the leader and the civs, whatever, fine. Charging for natural wonders feels shady as hell, man. Like, that's just like, just put those in the game. I get it, it's art assets, but I have no interest in buying this. And especially not right now, not until the game is in a much better state. But this, I get it, it's already, those plans are already laid out, it's all finished content, it's all on the road, but you're talking about moving events so you can focus on quality of life. This paid stuff should be pushed down the road. Personally, I will say that there is stuff in here that's good. There's stuff in here that makes sense. So when I will definitely be I'm still playing the game, not as much at the moment because I'm not happy with it. Like, as much as I love the game, I'm not happy with it. So I'll be checking out once this has gone live and see where we're at with it. And then we've got another update coming around 25th of March. I know it says subject to change. Here's a sneak peek of what we're doing. So additional UI improvements and refinements, specifics will be shared later. Ongoing improvements to the user interface continues top priority for the team. Fantastic. The updates being introduced in March 25 are just a part of a much larger plan. Great. Scouting and settling improvements for AI, including less aggressive forward settling by the AI. I definitely find that the AI just, it's not so much the forward settling, it's the fact they'll just settle like way across the map. That'll be interesting to see exactly what that changes and what that's trying to do. Scouting, I don't know. But there we go. Adding a quick move functionality. I'm going to assume that turns off animations. Why isn't, like, this is the stuff that frustrates me. Why isn't that in at launch? Like, just for multiplayer, if nothing else. Adding the ability to customize the names of commanders and cities. Should have been there at launch. Renaming the existing maps to be start position balanced, which will be by default start position setting for multiplayer games. Adding a new start position of standard, where the landforms on maps are less predictable closer to how map gen works in 6. Cool, that sounds good. Adding an optional restart button that rerolls the player map generation now that are less predictable start positions are possible. That sounds good. New natural wonder, Mount Everest free to all players. Why don't you just these making people pay for the natural wonders is very strange. Some of this stuff sounds great, but I just keep coming back to that question of why isn't it in base game? Like, that's why I think this game came out a little bit too early. It could have done with an extra month in the oven. I think it would have been in a much better state. Update 111 will also include the second half of Paid Crossworlds World Collection, which includes Simon, Bolivia, 2 new civs, Bulgaria, and Nepal. Cool. That sounds fun. But again, I will not be purchasing these things until this game is in a much better state, personally. And so then we got Beyond March, and this is where I think a lot of my issues really start to settle in. So we have several community requested items on the list of high priorities for the team. Some of these are ongoing UI. Great, just keep them through that. Adding a one more turn button that will let you continue playing past. I guess this is to do with the fact the way the game's designed. It does seem it shouldn't be too hard to do, but implementing auto explore is really bloody annoying because, like, in my head, all you have, like, and I say all, I am not a developer. I don't know how hard this would be to do, but why wasn't this included as base? Like, just make your scout have the ability to just explore tiles. Just get them to go towards tiles that are not covered. Just bizarre. Like, why isn't that coming out sooner? Why is it taking so long? Like, I know that they wanted to do other things with auto explore. I just need a basic version of it. This one is kind of interesting. New map sizes, so we've got probably bigger and smaller, or probably bigger. All platforms except Nintendo Switch. I assume this is to do with the way the Switch version runs. I have not managed to get my hands on the Switch version yet. At some point I will, because I'm very curious to how that game runs. But I do think this is a bit shitty. Like, I'm sure you could do it in where you just have, like, a few less players. Maybe it's to do with the amount of players, but I'm sure you could figure something out. It's probably something to do with the RAM. But, yeah.
Because the map sizes right now, like, where are my big maps at, man? Like, I can still play on a big map and turn the AI off. Like, it's fine. Let people decide what they want to do on that one. New resource types and adjustments to map resource allocation. I genuinely, like, this is cool. I don't know about this because, like, what do you mean adjustments to map resource allocation? Like, I'm curious. Doesn't seem to be a problem right now, but teams in support multiplayer. It's team support in multiplayer. I cannot believe this is not in base game. Hot seat local multiplayer. I can kind of understand why that's not. Research queuing is probably one of the big ones for me. How is it that hard to implement? Where you just have it go 1, 2, 3, you know. Mod tools, Steam Workshop support, great. Additional game setup, customization, and more. And there's places you can share feedback and things like that. If we look at the tree here, this breaks it down nice and easy. This is what's coming on March 4th, basically tomorrow at the time of me recording this. This is what's coming on March 25th. And then you've got your updates and beyond. I feel like some of this stuff here should be coming out here. I don't know why we're waiting for research queuing in April. I don't know why we're waiting for, like, multiplayer teams, auto explore, you know, like, there's just so much stuff that really frustrates me about Civ 7. You've built a core game that has very interesting ideas and very interesting gameplay decisions, but everything else around it just feels like just placeholder. And that's the truth of it. Like, you can't sit here and defend this game. I think people it's not a game that is in an acceptable state for what Civ is. You've dumbed it down loads and then decided not to give any information, make the readability kind of poor, you know. And yeah, I'm still having fun with it, right? Which is probably what the problem is that people are still having fun with it. I just think, you know, again, I don't want to get on the devs case. I just think some of this stuff should be coming out this month, right? Why are we pushing things like research queuing to April? Like, it feels like such a small thing, but there you go. Frustrations. I think this is the unfortunate problem that we live in. Civ 7 is the latest game that I have played where it makes me go, why did I play this so early? Right? I'm playing an experience that's going to change and get better every time. That's fine, but put the game in early access if you want to do that. Right? You're saying to your customers from the point that you sell it in stores, and in digital stores and physical stores, this game is ready to ship. We think this game is complete. Clearly your game is not complete. And if you thought you could get away with it and not have any of that feedback, of course Civ players of Civ 5 and of Civ 6 specifically are going to jump in and be like, well, where's this? Where's that? Why is this so convoluted? You know, we're still figuring things out now when I play the game, which just aren't explained very well, right? The game does a terrible job of telling you anything. But yeah, this is where the game's going. This is all good stuff. It's just all in the wrong order, in my opinion. And on top of that, you're going to have a leave sour taste in people's mouths with this extra DLC that's come out. Like, oh, you can buy this for the, you know, fine for the leaders and the civs. Not so cool about the natural wonders. I think that is pretty shady. Don't like that. That seems, yeah, because I guess if somebody's hosting, they'll pop up. But other than that, yeah, not a fan of that. Anyway, I'm sure other people have their own thoughts on this. Like, that's just where I'm at with it at the moment. We'll see. You know, by the end of March, hopefully the game is in a significantly better place. I think the additional UI updates is the big thing at the moment. And then that and the desync issue. If you can solve those, I think the game is actually worth buying at that point. Right now, I still wouldn't recommend people buy this game. Maybe after April, I would say. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But anyway, that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, then hit the subscribe button down below. Links for Facebook will be in the description down below. And until next video, I will see you then.